Welcome to the History Vault, the ultimate destination for deep dives into the most fascinating stories from our planet's past. Today, we're kicking things off with a journey to the very beginning, when Earth was nothing more than a fiery mass of gas and dust. How did we go from that chaotic, lifeless rock to the thriving planet we call home? Well, that's exactly what we're going to uncover in this video. If you're someone who loves unraveling the mysteries of history and discovering how the world we know today was shaped, then you're in for a treat. The History Vault is where we'll unlock the secrets of our past, from the birth of the Earth to the rise of human civilization. And trust me, this is just the beginning. So, if you're ready to explore the incredible stories that shaped our planet, make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and join us on this amazing adventure. Welcome to the Vault. Your journey through history starts now. Imagine a time when Earth didn't exist at all. No oceans, no mountains, no skies, just a chaotic, swirling mess of dust and gases. Now, fast forward to over 4.5 billion years ago, when something extraordinary took place. Earth, our home, was born from nothingness. A barren rock in space would eventually become the vibrant, life-filled planet we know today. But how did this happen? How did a lifeless ball of molten rock evolve into the thriving world we live on today? In this video, we're about to explore the remarkable and awe-inspiring story of how Earth came to be, the story of fire, chaos, and transformation. To understand the birth of Earth, we need to go back to the very beginning of our solar system, about 4.6 billion years ago. At this point, the sun hadn't even formed yet. Instead, there was a vast, rotating cloud of gas and dust known as a nebula. Imagine a cloud filled with hydrogen, helium, and heavy elements from older, dying stars. This nebula was slowly collapsing under its own gravity. As it compressed, it began to spin faster, flattening into a disk shape. All the material in this disk started to gather at the center, where our sun would eventually ignite into life. But as this happened, something incredible began taking shape at the edges of this spinning disk. Smaller particles, known as planetesimals, started colliding and merging. Through these constant collisions, these planetesimals began to grow larger and larger, forming what we now call protoplanets. And Earth was one of these protoplanets, a tiny growing world with immense potential. Now let's jump ahead to around 4.5 billion years ago, when Earth was finally starting to form. But this wasn't a calm, peaceful birth. No, Earth was constantly under bombardment by other planetesimals, comets, and asteroids. The biggest event during this early stage was the colossal impact between Earth and a Mars-sized body. This catastrophic collision, known as the Giant Impact Hypothesis, was so powerful that it blasted chunks of Earth's outer layers into space. Those fragments came together to form something that would become essential to life on Earth: the Moon. The Earth we now know was still taking shape, a fiery, molten world where everything was in a constant state of chaos, with no solid land in sight. Imagine standing on the surface of this early Earth. The air would have been thick with toxic gases, carbon dioxide, methane, ammonia, and the ground beneath you would be a bubbling, glowing sea of molten rock. Earth's surface was too hot for anything solid to form, and the atmosphere was a violent mess. The planet was under constant attack by meteors and asteroids, making it seem nearly impossible for life to ever emerge in such a harsh, unforgiving environment. Yet in spite of these extreme conditions, Earth was slowly evolving, and the stage was being set for something miraculous. As millions of years passed, the Earth began to cool. Slowly but surely, the surface solidified, forming a thin crust. Volcanic eruptions still raged, but the temperatures began to stabilize. And in a pivotal moment, liquid water finally began to form. Picture this. As the atmosphere cooled, water vapor in the air condensed into clouds, and rain began to fall. Over time, these rains accumulated, filling the low-lying areas and forming the first oceans. These oceans were far from peaceful, acidic, and full of minerals, but they were the birthplace of something far greater. The oceans provided the conditions necessary for life to emerge. At the same time, Earth's atmosphere was beginning to stabilize. It was still rich in carbon dioxide, nitrogen, and sulfur, But it wasn't as chaotic as before. With the formation of the oceans, the planet's surface began to settle, and Earth started to resemble the world we know today. This stable atmosphere became crucial. It protected the surface from the sun's harsh radiation, and over time, it allowed an ozone layer to form. This ozone layer would later protect Earth from the sun's dangerous ultraviolet rays, paving the way for more complex life to evolve. Then, around 3.8 billion years ago, something incredible happened. Life began. Simple, single-celled organisms, prokaryotes, emerged in the oceans. These microscopic life forms were tough and resourceful. They didn't need oxygen to survive. Instead, they thrived by harnessing energy from the surrounding chemicals in the water, a process known as chemosynthesis. These first organisms were the building blocks of all life on Earth. Over time, they evolved, adapting to their environment and becoming the foundation of life as we know it today. Fast forward a few billion years, and life took another monumental leap forward. Some of these early organisms discovered the power of photosynthesis, the ability to use sunlight to produce energy, while releasing oxygen as a byproduct. As these organisms multiplied, they flooded the Earth's atmosphere with oxygen. This process led to one of the most critical events in Earth's history, the Great Oxygenation Event, which occurred around 2.4 billion years ago. For the first time, Earth's atmosphere was filled with oxygen, and the planet's surface began to change. The oxygen formed an ozone layer, which protected the surface from harmful UV rays and set the stage for more complex life to flourish. With a stable atmosphere, liquid water, and protection from the sun's radiation, Earth was now a true paradise for life. This was Earth's habitable zone, and the next billion years would see the rise of multicellular organisms. Plants and animals would eventually evolve, and life on Earth would explode into the incredible diversity of species we see today. And so, from a fiery, barren rock, Earth transformed into a vibrant, life-sustaining planet. The forces that shaped our world are still at work today, and the conditions that made life possible continue to influence the future of our planet. Earth's story is one of resilience and transformation, a reminder that even in the harshest environments, life can find a way. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey through time as we unlock the secrets of Earth's birth. From a fiery, barren rock to the life-sustaining planet we call home, Earth's story is nothing short of extraordinary. This is just the beginning, so make sure you subscribe to the History Vault for more amazing stories from our past.